Metal up your skeleton.
Wet your lips for adventure, friends. We are back with a review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends series X-Men's Wolverine from the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure wave. Doesn't that sound cool? You can see the figure displayed prominently in this standard Marvel Legends packaging. A little bit of artwork on the one side and a little bit more artwork on the other. Nice X here on the top. Fine print on the bottom. Flip this over, and we can see the rest of the figures in the wave, as well as the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure. Each figure containing a piece, except for Wolverine here, because he doesn't need any extra to sell, right? Let's read a little bit about our dear friend here. Alright, get away from it. Right out of the package, it is the super clean, astonishing Wolverine figure we have all been waiting for. Wait. No, it isn't. No, he actually looks like this, and comes with this. Let's take a closer look. So, according to that read-up on the packaging, this is based specifically on that Return of Wolverine arc. In the comic books some years ago, they, quote-unquote, they killed him off. But, you know, he's not dead per se. He was just cooling off due to some overexposure and so on. Was it the Fox and Disney stuff going on too? Probably a little bit of that. Anyway, see, that was, he returns with like a 4-issue mini-series. In the first issue, just the first issue, he for some reason has black shoulder pads. It's, you know, okay, whatever, some new mandate, maybe it's just a coloring mistake. The freakish thing is there are like several flashback sequences, and they've tried to retcon black shoulder pads. What a bizarre decision. What a bizarre decision. Anyway, he's got superheated claws as well. Technically, this is more like he appears in the Fortnite video game series like this, and that's more consistent. You could call him the Fortnite Wolverine, except he doesn't have the yellow on here, or the striated gloves, but those little flourishes change all the time, like the soft shoulders. Maybe the color of the shoulder pad entirely. Any excuse for Hasbro to give us this little one-off. So what it is you will see, you know, at some point you will see the proper astonishing colors with these pads blue, or maybe the soft shoulder, all of the brown costume. And perhaps regular claws, because as nice and bold as these claws are, they don't have the housings. What's funny is when they back that up with the artwork for the synergy there, and it's like, no, we all know there should be some housings there, but hey man, it's your toy. Now it's my toy. It's our toy, friends. Nice, sharp, sculpted head here. Sadly, this is the same head from that initial Juggernaut Wave release in 2016, man.
Nice.
Sculpt a new friggin' head. It's cool to have this in a lighter yellow, but this yellow is too light and not compatible with the other Wolverine costumes. The colors together, I think, do look great, the blue and the yellow. The black just really sticks out to me. The really cool thing is you can take these off. The Love Triangle 3-pack, that is the same blue, so I'm sure they were thinking of that. What I wish they had thought of, though, was the cowl colors, because this one it's just too saturated to use with this. Anyway, we've all seen these Wolverine bodies before. This one is really nicely painted. I don't know what happened to that animated series line, why all the stripes on everybody's are so off. For the most expensive Wolverine figure ever, how dare you? I know there's some love there, and you want us to have good stuff, but it's like the greed overrides a lot of the coolness sometimes. Again, same exact Wolverine body that we've seen many times before now, and it's great. It is a special, stocky Wolverine body. These lines are really cleanly painted. Maybe a little wash to accentuate the arm hairs that are sculpted in there would be cool. This belt, I believe, is actually new. I don't know where this belt came from. If I looked at all my toys, I bet the belt's in there somewhere. But it looks good. It looks good. Sometimes it's depicted as yellow. Again, it changes. I believe that specific comic, it does look like this. You know, it's funny. The black shoulder pads get chewed off immediately, too. They're just gone. Why did they make it into the Fortnite thing? Is that what it was? Did Fortnite screw that up and the comics had to retroactively? I don't know. Why am I still talking about that? Same boots as the other Wolverines, which again, they could be tactical. I think in the Fortnite appearance, they're the tactical cut without the wings on them. But everything here is really, really nicely detailed. I'm just griping about the shoulder pads, treads on the boots, peg holes, and all of the gibberish down here as well. And if we study that, we'll see, yeah, the 2016 date from the original casting of this awesome Wolverine body. We spent a lot of time here, didn't we? I love Wolverine. It's my favorite character. I can talk a lot about this nonsense. Hi. So for accessories, Instead of coming with like swappable hands with regular claws or different colored shoulder pads or even a nice cowl for the unmasked head, you just get an unmasked head, which, like the other one is reused, this head is also reused from that Amazon 5-pack. And as I was hoping, it is painted nicer, so that does up that thing a notch in my mind. And you can get over the lack of cowl. It's really not a big deal. But I do love that. I do love that little detail. You know what I mean? So we'll just look a little closer at the head. That's all there really is. Look at the painting on that. That's really, really nicely done. There's nothing bad I can say there. It's not my favorite head. Of the two that came in that Amazon 2-pack, I really like the other one. Where the hell did I... Here it is. Oh, it's on dude right here. This is sharp. The skin tones, of course, don't match, but that is really friggin' cool. So I'd maybe rather have that, but it's cool that we have the yelling expression. Could have gone the other way. Put a yelling expression head here and the closed mouth. It's whatever. It's one of those things. You get a budget for the wave. Let's say, I don't know. But it's a Wolverine character. He doesn't need a Build-A-Figure piece. He's gonna move. It's cool to see Wolverines in the wild. Again, my jam. Alright, hold on. Special swappable parts section. Let's just yank this off. We'll do this all just in real time right here on the camera so you can all see how nice this is. These pop right off. Big peg, little peg, so that you can see which way it's supposed to go. It's gonna be this one. And what we're gonna do, yes, friends, we're just gonna swap these on. I know, skip past this if you want, but what's another 30 seconds of your life? You're already here watching me play with this toy. So you get these blue pads on, and look at that. Look how closely that matches. That's really nice. I have to believe they thought of that. That's where I'm at. That's how I'll live with this toy for now. I have no personal attachment to the black shoulder pads. I've been reading comics my whole life, and that was a weird decision. Find you that issue. It's probably in quarter bins. It sucks. Sorry, Steve McNiven, Charles Soule. Those guys are great creators. They just, they had to work within the parameters they're given. Anyway, talk and work, bud. Talk and work. So then you can put these hands on too, and you can see the color disparity is a little greater there, but it's really nothing. Too bad it's not the meteor claws here, but you do get the nice housings, and this builds you a nice classic astonishing Wolverine. And I think that's what more of us would be looking for versus that version that's just the one-off from that one issue of the comic. But again, that's part of that thing that I love about, you have multiple versions of the characters. You're rewarded for that in small ways, kit bashing your Wolverines because you have like 25 of them. For articulation, there's nothing new here, but hey, you might be, so let's check it out. So you get this head on a ball joint with a hinge right here, so it'll look back this far for nice leaping poses. It will also pop off. But that is pretty good for a Wolverine. I do enjoy that. You look down this far, also awesome. Little bit of tilt too, side to side. Butterfly shoulders, of course, they're pretty good on a Wolverine figure. Come back this far, they'll come forward this far. So you can really bring those suckers in. Ball jointed shoulder, of course, that will rotate all the way around. Comes up to a nice T-pose here. Shoulder pads are soft material. Bicep swivel, big meaty bicep swivel, double jointed. Elbows, because of all that bicep meat, you get just beyond 90, which is cool. Hinge here at the wrists, in this far, out this far. And they will rotate all the way around. Ab crunch, crunching like this, crunching like that. Not a diaphragm cut, so you get no side to side, but you do get a nice waist twist. Hidden by that belt, don't worry, he'll heal from the broken back. Legs will come out this far to the side, this far this way. Uppercut, double jut, touches butt. Straighten it out, reveal that boot cut. How nice. I just stabbed myself under my fingernail with that. What the... And then, of course, the ankle comes back like this, forward like this, and rocks side to side. If you're making toys without rocker ankles in this day and age, man, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Standard Marvel Legends, standard Wolverine, but that standard these days is really good. You can get him into these nice, menacing poses, get the claws going, this thing happening. These Wolverine toys, I mean, for the first time ever, they look just straight iconic. Not like a piece of beef jerky that someone's already been chewing on, you know what I mean? So, Flaming Hot Wolverine stands about 6 inches. Pretty standard for these newer Marvel Legends Wolverines. That's the ears on the costume there. To the top of the head, and maybe sans the soles of the boots, he's like 5 3/4, which still puts him a little tall for a 1/12 scale. I still love this frame though, in scale with the rest of them. Let's check him out. Next to a couple of recent releases, the one that showed up shirtless in a box full of men, and the VHS animated series line. Check out my review of him right here on the channel. After you watch this one all the way to the end though, right? You know I'd do it for you. So I believe this is like the 26th Wolverine release from Hasbro since the 2012 return of Marvel Legends. So, you know, I wanted to throw a couple more up there. Weapon X and X-Force. Freebie Hasbro, in case you didn't know, you could repaint that X-Force one in the blue and yellow colors and have the late game astonishing. I'm here for that. Just hook up a cowl for the unmasked head. Here he is with Scott and Hope Summers. Inextricably tied to these people he is. Wolverine loves him some redheads. I'm killing you to save you. Next up, we have the recently reviewed super clean Sabretooth, as well as the period-appropriate Crazy Legs Sabretooth. From when, no kidding, the Black Panther showed up to tell him and Sabretooth that they were both descended from, wolves. Origins and endings, indeed. Silver Samurai and Cyber. These are both great additions to a Wolverine Rogues Gallery. Don't let anyone tell you different. Seeing them brought to life in these like perfectly loud colors really does it for me. Magneto and Mystique. Since he can never be on too many teams, Wolverine is also an Avenger. Or he was. He may have to reapply after his death. For comparison, in the same 6-inch scale across different toy lines, we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Infantry, as well as the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper. Opening a couple Black Series figures, it seems like they run a little small, but maybe everyone else just got bigger. Plus, a wise man once said, that's not like that stuff's on Earth, man. From our perspective, those people could all be 1,000 years old and 1,000 feet tall. Little bit of love in the 3 3/4 scale. These attempts were not very nice. You can see even one of my own in there. I wouldn't mind that costume on the right. Alright, getting carried away for sure. We have the McFarlane Toys, DC Collectibles, and NECA Toys, Batgirls, and Michelangelos. Okay, some stuff came crashing down here, and omen to stop. I think I've put it back together. Mostly, but it is the Marvel Legends Retro Carded Series Symbiote Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Morning Coffee, mostly Bucky Cap Deadpool. Is it time to replace somebody with Vulcan? Can we get Vulcan in his underwear? So at the end of the day, is old Jerry Jaghorn here worth your time and money? Well, how big a fan of Wolverine are you? How many Wolverine toys do you have? Maybe if you have none, this one's pretty great. That animated series one is still pretty prevalent right now, though, too, only on the Hasbro Pulse website. And, you know, it's cost like, they charge an extra $1 for it every couple of months. They add an extra $1 to the price. So look out for that. Check the Shop Disney store, though. It's still the $26.99. How weird is that? Anyway, I don't want to be that guy who talks about reuse, repaints, and so on. You judge this figure on its own individual merits, and on those merits, it's a great figure. I mean, this is the best of the best of the best Wolverine figures, just about, you know. More accessories is always cool. Hot claws, black pads, who really cares? I got parts to swap around. The crux of the figure, it's really nice. Looks really clean. I'm so happy with the paint, especially after the slop that myself and a lot of other people are having issues with on that animated one. Which is funny because that one's so much just about the paint, the different style of paint they've done to make it look like the thing that it's supposed to look like. I of course wish there were more accessories, but I get it, it's Wolverine. It's the cowl one for me. I would love to have that cowl in that super bright yellow. They look like Joy-Cons. It's like a Joy-Con yellow, look at that. Articulation, it's the same as any other Wolverine figure for the last several years, which is to say it's great. And I know this is the return of Wolverine / Fortnite Wolverine, but for me, this is astonishing Wolverine. We're going to put those blue pads back on. I'm going to carry on with my life. You guys are going to carry on with yours. And hopefully we can all meet back here next time and talk about some more toys. Thanks for showing love. Like, subscribe, check me out on the socials. Toy Lips on Twitter and Instagram. You think now he could carve anybody into briquettes? Is that too obscure?
I got fingers on my lips. Toys that I'm touching, I don't want to put them down. Instead, I want to talk about them. Yes, fresh. Smell the plastic that I crave. I want to shop. I can't be having Bruce Banner. I'm Dr. Rubber Band. I'm Bruce Jenner. And you can call me after dinner. We can talk comic books, but we're here to talk toys. Be proud, make noise.